This is where
What's up, everybody? We're in Sylacauga. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. This looks like Louisville, Kentucky. Man, I've never been to a place that reminded me more of Louisville, Kentucky. Look at this place. It looks just like Louisville. Like, if you dropped me off here and told me we were in Louisville, Kentucky, I wouldn't doubt it for a minute. Dang. Oh, Papa, you crazy? I call 401 pain right now. Yo. This looks so Kentucky. Kentuckiana, baby. What's happening, man? What is y'all? We're in Sylacauga. I don't know if how do you pronounce it? This looks
Sylacauga.
Sylacauga. I don't know how it's pronounced. We're there. I don't know how it's pronounced. I know we're here. That's all I know. Oh my, it reminds me of Kentucky. It's like a miniature Louisville, Kentucky. Yo, I like it. I'm not gonna lie and tell you I don't. I do like it. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm back in Kentucky. So we gotta stop and put the GoPro on. Or we can let's do a side view. Let's do that. Let's do a side view for this time. We're on William Street. Didn't seem like that long of a ride. I did get dizzy. Did you get dizzy?
Mm-mm.
Man, I got so dizzy on the way over here. I'll do a side view. Come on, GoPro. I hate the GoPros. You know, they gotta fix this thing. You know, like when you turn it on, they got a lot to fix on these GoPros. A lot to fix. Look, like I'm trying to get it to turn on and it won't. There, it finally goes. We got a lot of cars behind us, and they seem like they're in a rush. A mí no me estés agitando, because en Cuba yo era médico, and I did not come here to have somebody rush me because I have my doctorate degree. Doctorate degree. You know, doctor, you know what a doctor is. It's kind of like a... Explain to them what I have, Katie. Let them know the type of degree that I have.
Last time I checked, you didn't have one.
Oh, easy. Cuidadito. Slow your roll with me, Katie. Because last time I remember, you only married me because I'm a doctor. If I was cualquier muchachito de esto with no education, you would not even consider to marry me.
I married you without education.
You don't even education. Like I edge you front line for $5. Education. Un tipo educado. And not only do I have my education from a school, I also have education in decent common-sense and decency. Something that you don't have because they raise you in Michigan and they don't teach you yes sir, yes ma'am, and they don't teach you how to be a gentleman. Nobody teaching you how to be a gentleman, Katie.
Am I speaking to Jose or Poopy?
Nobody is teaching you how to be a gentleman. La Costa. Why is it called La Costa? Is that like a Spanish place? Zoom out a little bit. It's cold. It's 38. Because I am un tipo con tremenda educación. Nobody teaching you how to be a gentleman in Michigan. They don't teaching you how to open the door for old people. They're teaching you how to have fish fry Friday.
Oh, so you were listening last night.
Fish fry Friday. Okay, making your cholesterol bad instead of making you have decency.
My cholesterol's better than yours.
Now, I'm not going to tell the neighbors you're from Michigan because I don't want to embarrass you like that.
They know. You did.
When they see you, they know. Because the first thing they say when they see you, esa es una Yankee. Because it's obvious. You have no decency, no respect. Why on earth did they not teaching you how to have decency? All they're teaching you is fish fry Friday. Fish fry Five Guy Friday, man. They're not teaching you how to be a gentleman.
I'm not a man.
Exactly. You're not a man. You are not a man. This is the first truth that you say today. You're not a man. Because a man have to understand dignity.
You apparently don't have dignity.
You think when I was like a little kid, I didn't get taught, I didn't hear stuff like that growing up from my Cuban family.
Oh my gosh.
You're not a man, Jose, until you stab one of your uncles. Stuff you hear growing up in a Spanish household. You, Jose, you have not stabbed nobody yet. You have no respect in this family. I'm like, oye, mijo, you have a green light, te puedes ir. Oh, pero este tipo está apurado. No, man. I don't like this place. The people here seem to be very city people. You should see like the rants my family would go on when I was little.
Your family is interesting. I will give you that.
You did not. What is it called when somebody dies and you like lament them for like grief?
Yeah, lament.
Your grief period needs to be 5 years. I'm like, bro, my mother died yesterday, and you're already playing music in this house. I'm like, yeah, she died like a year ago. And then when you have like a 20-year grief period when somebody dies.
Oh my gosh, when my family members died,
they're playing music at the funeral.
I'm playing music. And
yeah. Oh
yeah.
No, that's super.
And like I'm rolling down the street listening to music, and they're looking at me like I've just like killed something in front.
Yeah, the grief period for Cubans is so ridiculously long. Mm-hmm. Like they want like this long grief period. Like I got in trouble for playing music like a month after my grandma died. I was like, yo, dude, she died like a month ago. I'm still grieving. I'm like, yeah, I am actually gonna keep living. Like, yeah, it's just I don't know. Black people are like that too, and Spanish people and black people are like that. White people don't care. All they want is somebody to die so they can get some more money. And as wrong as that sounds, that's all it's about. Like Spanish people and black people were like, man, can you at least make it to the first of the month so we can help? Like, hey, bro, at least make it to the first of the month so we can use your SSI to help bury you, bro. Please, Juan, make it to the first of the month. Please don't die now. Make it to the first of the month. Hold on for a few more days, bro. We're gonna need your social security check to help bury you, bro. Where white people are like, well, you did all you could. You did all you could for us, buddy. It's time for you to go. And by it's time for you to go, I mean it's really time for you to go because we got to get that house bought over there. We don't want that. We want that house is still on the market, really. So we need you to kind of just speed this process up a little bit.
I hated that, like.
Oh yeah, it's just
you're like asking someone to die. I hated that.
Oh, I hate that. Like that was so shocking to me when I met your family. I was like so shocked by that. They're like, all right, bud. Is there a train coming? Why is that like? We don't have train tracks in South Florida, so I don't even know what happens when you. I don't know anything about trains. I don't even know how to cross a road. I don't know about Florida. Florida's so weird. We don't know how to cross a road. What are you supposed to do at a railroad track again?
Stop, look, and listen.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, that was so shocking. Like when I met your family, they're like, all right, Grandpa, it's time for you to, just stop breathing already. You need help? Let me choke him. Like, no, get off him. Look at that house, man. Yo, let's turn around right here because we're heading out of town. Let's pull a U-turn right here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
your family's like, no, you can't choke him. He's got to die naturally. White people are so different than Spanish people. I crack up, man. I love that, man. It was, like, can we just choke him out already? Like, no, dude, we have to wait for him to die naturally. Like, come on, man, I want to get that new Hyundai. Like, dude, man, I'm trying to get this new car, bro. Just die already. You
are messed up in the head.
Am I exaggerating? am I exaggerating it? Just saying, it's true. I want to hear you say it's true.
Yeah, that whole situation was really messed up.
That happens in white. That does not happen with black people or Spanish people.
Yeah, like your family asking you to ask someone if they're ready to die yet.
Oh my God!
It's okay for you to die.
Just tell him, like, yeah, Jose, you're not family. Just go over there and tell him we need him to die already. I'm like, yeah.
They were trying to get me to do it, and I'm like,
just tell him to go already. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. We already signed the papers on the new house. What are you waiting for to die, brother? Acábate de morir, chico. We need this money right now, brother. It's hilarious, but it's very true, though. It's a very true thing.
Yeah.
That is very true.
And then my family wonders why I had a nervous breakdown afterward.
The only thing white people be grieving is if somebody's still alive. I know. Oh my, white people be grieving if like he's dad's still alive, man. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's true though. You know why it's funny? Because it's true.
Yeah.
If you have sensibilities, you can't be watching this channel.
Oh my gosh.
Like if you're a real like sensitive, because they don't realize like people are like, oh, you published this. I'm like, dude, when you're with me watching my YouTube channel, you're really with me. You're just hanging out with me, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Auburn. You'd think this would be a Bama area. I'm lost. But that is hilarious because, you know, for the most part, Spanish people are like, bro, make it to the first of the month. If you die right now, we're not going to be able to bury you.
Yeah.
Like, Grandpa, hold on 3 more days. Make it to the first of the month, brother, please. Because if you die now, we're going to have to let you stink before we can go. And that is so messed up, but it is so true. Like, you're not gonna see like a funeral of like white people grieving. When you're gonna see a funeral like a bunch of white people like seriously grieving. Maybe here in the South because they're real families, you know. Like here it's real families, and people have small town ties. But in general, well, that's a big tree. Yes, we generalize people on this channel. Yes, if you're sensitive, go watch CNN. If you're too sensitive for our commentary, go watch CNN. It's comedy. People like they get so offended. It's like, yo, like you really think? Like I'm sure if we put a camera and we recorded you, because I just had somebody who flipped out on me this morning. Somebody flipped out, and they've been watching our channel for a while. They totally flipped out about one of my videos.
Who flipped out?
I don't know. Somebody. They've been watching for a while. See, they're waving at each other. Oh, I love small towns. Yeah, they flipped out anyways about something I said. I can't remember what it was even. I think the hood's on the north side. And they flipped out about something I said. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm sure whoever this person was, if we put a camera in their car and heard their conversations, it would not be, you know what I mean? Like, it would not sound pretty. Like, and then people get, let's say your parents, right? Like when you hang out with your parents, everybody's parents, when you're with them, like whose parents don't say something that doesn't offend you? Like I've been around my dad and he said stuff. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's 1865 right there. And we're all the same.
Yeah.
Like everybody's parents at some point, if you're hanging out with your parents, they'll say something that's going to shock the crap. And if you don't, you're lying. We've already been on this road, haven't we? Alright, so we got a GPS Talladega. Let's go to Talladega. No, we got to go to the northwest side of town where the hood is. Somewhere on the northwest side of town, there's projects.
Then start heading north.
Bro, I'm driving. Okay, so you figure this out. You have to figure this out, Katie. I think our new format's going to be like, we'll record the drive around video on the cell phone that we're doing now. And then on the GoPro later, you can do like a really detailed video. By the way, you know how you were scared of that one video you did? Mm-hmm. Everybody likes your narration, so you're doing good. So don't be afraid of doing that, because people like it. They do. It's just very slow pace out here. But the people seem like they're in a rush, like they're late to something. What are you? Oh, you know, this reminds me of Arcadia. Look at the colors on these buildings up top.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that remind you of Arcadia?
Yeah.
And they have the same little thing going on in Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
This town kind of feels like Arcadia in a way. I'm not sure.
Look at the high school.
That's a high school? Man, that's an old building.
Wish I could go to high school like that.
Yeah, it seems like a nice high school. Good fights.
Doesn't seem like
I didn't
a
fight in
prison.
high school. You know, that's weird. I didn't have to fight. I didn't fight in high school.
Mhm.
If you're fighting in high school, you're an idiot. You fight in middle school, elementary school. If you're still fighting in high school, you're a moron. Even I didn't fight in high school. You know what I mean? Like, I did not have a single fight in high school because they would arrest me, basically.
Mhm.
Because you're Spanish, they would arrest you. So, if it was somebody else, probably not. But if I got into a fight, there's a skate park here. That's cool. That's pretty neat. Yeah, give the kids something to do, man. Other than hunting. Cool, there's a skate park. That's a neat little thing. There's a big park here. So I'm gonna guess on the northwest side of town there's some residents. They have to have a hood here. Let's see if this big is gonna have a hood. We just gotta find it. But anyways, you know, when you drive around with me and you see something, you hear something and it sounds shocking to you, just keep in mind, if we put a camera in your car and listen to your conversations,
Yeah.
I'm sure there'd be some shocking things you would say too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I think a lot of times what attracts people to our channel is how blunt we are and how we don't sugarcoat things.
Yeah.
And that kind of, because, you know, like, people are so afraid of being perceived in certain ways.
Yeah.
That is so country.
Yeah.
People are afraid
Mm-hmm.
to be perceived in certain ways.
Yeah.
But you are the way you are. Like, the way you're perceived is irrelevant.
Yeah. I'm so blunt and straightforward, it seems rude.
You?
Yeah.
No, I am. I'm blunt and straightforward. Okay, you can't do it, by the way.
No.
And that's messed up, because if I do it, I'm Latino, and my subculture is African American, and my race is white, so it's not really factually wrong. But see, a lot of things that I say, you can't say them.
No, yeah, it's like, if I'm doing
And I
something...
know that sounds like a double standard,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really not a double standard. It sounds wrong. I get how you can feel it. Like sometimes you say something like, Katie, you can't say that. Because you're from the streets like me. Just because you with a G don't mean you can be a G. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your place, woman. And I'm sure every black guy in the hood that's got a white girl has to check his white girl every once in a while. Like, hey, baby, you still white girl.
Yeah.
Baby, but honey, we do all these. I know we do all that stuff, but you still a white girl. Can I do it just around? All right, if I'm around, nobody else around, you can do it. And you can't be doing that. Just because I've seen you say everything, I'm just like, whoa, Katie. Easy on that. Easy, Katie. Oh, that's ghetto. Thug life. Oh my gosh. So ghetto.
Does it say Jesus and Thug Life?
You can't have Jesus be in the thug life, bro. That is a ghettoest thing. Oh my gosh, that is so ghetto. Dude, that needs to be the cover photo. That's when we embarrass the town. Make this the cover photo. Oh my gosh, that is so ghetto. Oh my gosh, that is so ghetto.
We can't block
it's like
forever.
it's like country ghetto too.
I know.
Wow, that's ghetto. That is ghetto-licious. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, there are things, you know, that I can say that you can't say simply because...
No, I mean, like, if I'm doing something, I get engrossed in it, and then I'll ask you something directly, and you'll be like, why you ask me that way?
It's gonna snow. See that wind coming through? The temperature's 39. Ooh, look at the Piggly Wiggly!
It's probably actually colder.
Yeah, it's colder, but when you see that, when your temperature raises on here, that means the humidity's going down. It's about to snow. I think we're gonna see snow today.
Yeah.
Piggly wiggly, piggly wiggly, wiggly wiggly wiggle, piggly wiggly, wiggly wiggle, piggly wiggly, wiggly wiggle, piggly wiggly, wiggly wiggle, piggly. There we go. I've been trying to make a Piggly Wiggly song. I just hadn't had the right melody for it yet. Piggly, piggly, wiggly wiggle, piggly wiggly, wiggly, piggly wiggly. I would not buy that car. There's something wrong with that car. I don't know.
It's a Ford.
It's a Ford, pretty much. Piggly wiggly wiggly wiggle, piggly wiggly wiggly wiggle. Look at this, y'all. This is what's embarrassing about Alabama. Look at this, y'all. That is embarrassing. If you live in Alabama, this needs to. You need to be embarrassed of this right here. That right there is embarrassing. That is downright embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. If you live in this town, this needs to embarrass you. Like, if you're watching this video and you live in this town, you need to come over here and clean this crap up. That is by no means. You know why? Because Alabama is beautiful. Whether you believe it or not, whether you respect it or not, Alabama is a beautiful place with good people. And if you can't have that little respect for the place where you live, you know, that's the ground. That should be like sacred to you in a way. You know what I mean? Like, this is our planet. This is our home. This is where your children are gonna grow up. You know what I mean? That ground produces the food that you eat. When you eat a big steak, that steak came from the ground. You understand? When you eat a vegetable, when you put some vegetables on the side of that steak, those vegetables came from that ground right there, that earth. You should have respect for that. This is our planet. You cannot have that little respect for the place where you live. Garbage everywhere. There's no excuse for that. No excuse at all. I don't even mind seeing a rebel flag. I really don't, because that's whatever you believe in. I respect it. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. If one of my neighbors put up a big rebel flag in their front yard right now, I would have no problem with it, because it doesn't bother me. You know? But what does bother me about Alabama is that right there, man. How you gonna have that little respect? Katie, if we take the wrong road, we can actually head in the wrong direction. You need to figure out GPS Talladega. Look at this cemetery. Wow. Look at that funeral procession. That is massive. Wow. They actually brought cars to the funeral procession. Interesting. That's a massive funeral procession. I thought there was probably like 100 cars there. Well, anyways, you cannot have that little respect for the place you live. And that is the one thing.
Stay on this road for 17 miles.
Okay. That's the one thing that bothers me about Alabama, is how little respect people have for this place. The people that live here. Because the people that come from other states are like, yo, you get used to seeing garbage. You know, you see garbage and you're used to it. You're like, oh, that's normal. There were some housing projects in this town. We missed them, but oh well. Is there a park here? What's this? Lake Howard. A trail.
Let's keep going.
Overall, when you see a place like that, the people that live here, they don't know that's wrong, because they're used to it. That's all they've ever seen. But when you go to Florida and you say, wow, there's no litter anywhere, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like, that's not culture. That's not nothing. That's disrespect for the place you live. And you can't do that. How do you expect me to respect your Southern culture and your Southern heritage when you don't have respect for the land you live on? Me as an outsider, how do you expect me to respect your culture when you do that? When you don't even have respect for the ground where you walk on and drive on? I don't know how else to explain it. But it ought to be embarrassing to you, really. If you live in this town, you need to go clean that crap up. You know? Like, I've noticed, like, in a lot of places, like where we live, where the nice new houses are, that's where they come. They purposely dump their garbage there. Like where they're building new houses. Wow, look at that. Look at that, kitty. Sweet deal, man. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Like where we live, I've noticed that people dump their garbage on purpose where they're building new houses and developments to keep people from moving in. You know, so there is a kind of an agenda behind all that. You know, there is a motive behind it. Like in Deatsville Highway, where the new developments are, it ain't nothing but garbage through there. And you know who's doing it? It's people that live out in the woods, in the mobile homes out in the woods. They drive past the new houses and throw their garbage out the window, and they think it's funny that they're littering in front of the rich people's houses because they're poor. But that's not really the attitude we need to have. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. I just think it's kind of interesting how there's so much litter in Alabama. You know, like how you gonna, you know, on one hand you're saying you're proud of your state and it's your heritage and it's your culture and all that, and then on the other hand you don't have respect for the place you live in. It's either one or the other. Either you can't have pride without respect for whatever you believe in. But either way, it is quite interesting to see how much litter there is out here.